Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, yard dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey yard dash, honey yard dash, honey yard dash, honey yard dash, honey yard dash. They slept on the team, now they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve for the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets, the coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash. Honey yard dash, honey yard dash, honey yard dash, honey yard dash, honey yard.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Oakland Raiders. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
We play to win. Let's go!
We go! 80 weapons, 8 reads.
They're running it.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. On the ground, this is Johnson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Ready.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ja'Kai Polite coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. A gain there of 21 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Darnold down to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. And it's 3rd down.
Used to have a coach just tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. the shotgun. Here's Darnold. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he's got this down to the 35. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. Nice pickup for a first down.
They'll run. It's Sanders. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now a give, right side. Leonard, just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And an alley to run. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Miles Sanders, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Pull it together.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. And the Jets D, they call on a couple extra defensive backs on 3rd. Looking to throw. Wilhelm. This pass complete to Reynolds. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And nice chunky yardage picked up there.
Ready, set.
53 is the mark.
Here we go, here we go. 49, check 49, check 49. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
On first down, it's Johnson. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun, BwiLL. Got a man, that's Richie James. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 30.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
It's going to be a long day.
61, match box.
Running from the gun, Johnson. About 3 yards there to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Go. Go.
From the gun, BwiLL. Well, this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Operating from the gun, BwiLL. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it. Those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. It's a second down run with Sanders. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First down, Jets.
Darnold on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And out across midfield, down to the 45. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. From the gun, BwiLL513's. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
James has got it. Complete. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. So we get a traffic there, and that's complete. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Pick it up. Shit. Watch the shit.
Five.
Operating from the gun, BwiLL513's. That is caught at the 7. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Allen. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And the drive starts with a completion, left side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Let's go. 90 Wolf. Come on, boy.
To throw on second down. Wilhelm going to throw deep for the end. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Reynolds, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The Sanders has got it complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a second down.
55. Check 55. Mike. All right, G. Let's check. All right, G. Man, ready. Check 99.
To throw is Darnold. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Right there in the middle. 55.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Leonard. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Darnold. And Anderson's got it. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Looking for the end. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustmts.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball.
This is intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Yo, son. 59, Mike is 59. Mike, lady. 65, 65. 63, young lady. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Markel Lee gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Mike, check, 59, 59.
Now Darnold. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Carl Joseph. His defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. 2nd and 15. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Ja'Kai Polite able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilhelm. And the pressure gets to him again. Leonard Williams. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Back now in the East Bay. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Another run with Sanders. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Jets on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. Running right, here's Sanders. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Jets on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Darnold. It's caught by Sanders. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Darnold now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the
and it's a fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Back to throw. Wilhelm going to throw right side here. Complete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, Wilhelm. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. Looking to throw. Wilhelm. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Kerryon Johnson, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Time to go.
From the gun, BwiLL513's. And he comes back with one complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
60 outlaw.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hey, Charlie.
2nd and long. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
3 buzz. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Hey, Alpha.
53 to Mike.
Operating from the gun, BwiLL513. He gets this one to Johnson. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. On 4th down, BwiLL513 over the middle, complete. That's Gray. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
Set up. 90 Wolf.
Here we go, dude. Here I come. Here I come. 57's the Mike.
Delta.
Check that.
Get it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. BwiLL513. This throw caught right around the 6. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 or. Smooth.
57. Mike, 57.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Now.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And it's a touchdown for the Jets.
Give me the ball every time.
And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. And how about that? He missed it. Won't matter much in the final shakedown, but a bizarre way to end this victory. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Jets, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you want to give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flex. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get the off my chest. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstay it, your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You on the Christ when I breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Till the risk I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest. Oh, I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell.